Prynhawn da a chroeso i chi gyd i'n digwyddiad Hustings is-lywydd myfyrwyr 2021-2022 ar gyfer ein ymgeiswyr ar ein safle yn Llaneirgaen. Mi wna i rwan wahodd pob ymgeisydd yn ei dro i gyflwyno eu hunain a'i hymgyrch yn fyr, felly byddwn ni'n gofyn wrthyn nhw gadw hyn i lain y munud. Good afternoon and welcome to our 2021-2022 Student Vice President Hustings event for our candidates at our Northop site. I will now invite each candidate in turn to briefly introduce themselves and their campaign. So if you guys could keep it to less than a minute, that would be great. Ein hymgeisydd cyntaf yw Matty Costall ac mae'n astudio cwrs sgiliau byw'n annibynnol ar ein safle yn Llaneirgaen. Our first candidate is Matty Costall, and he is studying an independent living skills course at our Northop site. So over to you, Matty. Introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Matty Costall. I am a student and I like to be dancing and singing on the bus, and I like this, and I thought that it's the best time ever. This is my choice. This is my life. Please for me.
Gwych. Diolch, Matty. Thank you, Matty. Ein hael ymgeisydd yw Catrin Burrows, ac mae hi'n astudio cwrs sgiliau byw'n annibynnol ar ein safle yn Llaneirgaen hefyd. So our second candidate is Catrin Burrows, and she is studying an independent living skills course at our Northop site as well. So over to you, Catrin.
My name is Catrin Burrows. I'm doing life skills at college, and just vote for me, please.
Gwych. Diolch, Catrin. Thank you, Catrin. A wedyn ein trydydd ymgeisydd yw Matthew Hayes, ac mae o hefyd yn astudio cwrs sgiliau byw'n annibynnol ar ein safle yn Llaneirgaen. Our third candidate is Matthew Hayes, and he is also studying an independent living skills course at our Northop site. So over to you, Matthew.
Greetings. My name is Matthew Hayes. I am a 21-year-old IELTS student and the current Vice President for Northop campus for Northop site. I attended two Wales conferences, which one of them I proposed the first policy that NUS, that the College Cambria have got into the NUS agenda. When it comes to what I stand for, I personally believe that giving back to a community that's helped me so much over these years, and making sure that everyone has a voice and a say. Thank you very much.
Diolch, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Wel, diolch i chi gyd am gyflwyno eich hunain. A ymlaen rwan i gwestiynau'r ymgeiswyr. Mae'r cwestiynau dwi am ei ofyn wedi cyflwyno gan fyfyrwyr Coleg Cambria, ac mi fyddai yn ei gofyn nhw yn y Gymraeg ac yn y Saesneg. Dylech ateb y cwestiynau yn eich dewis iaith chi. Os ydych chi yn ateb yn Gymraeg, mi fyddaf yn gofyn i chi grynhoi eich ateb yn Saesneg hefyd. So thank you all for introducing yourselves. I'll now go on to question the candidates. The questions that I'll be asking have been submitted by Coleg Cambria students, and I will ask them in Welsh and then in English. You should answer these questions in your language of choice. If you answer in Welsh, I will also ask you to summarise your answer in English. Felly, y cwestiwn cyntaf, the first question is, beth fyddwch chi'n ei wneud i wella bywyd myfyrwyr yng Ngholeg Cambria? So what are you going to do to improve student life at Coleg Cambria? And we'll begin with you, Matthew.
Thank you. Should we start now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I personally believe that in a community that is safe and is happy, and a community that's closely knit, well put together, very happy, little sense of community spirit, shall we say. And I would like to do this by including a number of things, and like buddy schemes, for example. I personally believe that everyone here who comes here, even myself, when I first came here, I was very, very nervous. But I had a couple of friends coming over. It was nice that, and I want to be able to replicate that for everyone who comes here. So support. So basically, so any students who have been here for more than a year are encouraged to talk to new students, show them the ropes, and make them feel happy, make them feel like they're welcome here. Support groups as well for people who are suffering from alcoholism, drug abuse, domestic violence. Set up support groups to make people feel like they're safe, like they're not alone. And I also massively believe in making sure everyone's voices are heard. So I've actually also put out a Google form asking what you would like to have in college. Because personally, for me, what better way of making sure your voices are heard by directly asking you what you want to see out of your college. Thank you. I believe that answers your question.
It does. Great. Thank you, Matthew. Diolch, Matthew. And the same question to you, Matty. What are you going to do to improve students' life at Coleg Cambria?
Okay. I can save plaque, save mother, and maybe good or bad, good or bad, and about big. I don't know.
Do you want me to come back to you, Matty? Do you want to have a little think? And then we'll come back maybe. Yeah, okay. Catrin, I've got the same question to you. What are you going to do to improve students' life at Coleg Cambria?
Well, just help people out if they're like nervous on the first day, or just like to get them just used to around the buildings and stuff, and just make sure they're okay on the first day and all that.
Brilliant. So plenty of support I'm hearing there, yeah? And Matty, do you want to add anything to that first question? Go for it.
No, I save flag, save motor, and about nervous and stress. Please come to me about to talk about your health and your risk to me. And I got a lot of risk assessment, and we have a voice about a save our life.
Gwych. Diolch, Matty. Thank you, Matty. Right, we're on to the next question. Yr ail gwestiwn. Beth fyddwch chi'n ei wneud I helpu myfyrwyr a staff traws, neu sydd ddim yn cydymffurfio ar Rhyw I deimlo'n fwy cyfforddus yng Ngholeg Cambria? So what will you do to help trans and gender non-conforming students and staff feel more comfortable at Coleg Cambria? And we'll begin with Catrin this time.
Like when they first come, just showing them around the buildings and stuff, so they know where the staff are going and making sure where the canteen is and all this. Same with the new students and stuff like that.
Gwych, diolch Catrin. And Matty, the same question for you. What will you do to help trans and gender non-conforming students and staff feel more comfortable at Coleg Cambria?
Hello. You need help. They need help to support. Support need us. It's just like staff help about learning disability. I got learning disability about the doctor's route and mental health I got, and that is it
Gwych.
for me.
Diolch, Matty. Thank you, Matty. And then the same question for you, Matthew.
Shall I start now?
Yes.
Okay, so what I personally believe is that we should make aware, because I've been aware this morning that there's actually support groups available for people who are trans or in the LGBTQ plus community. They're a bit, well, no one's aware of them as well, so I reckon we should probably raise awareness that these groups exist, that support groups for the LGBTQ plus community exists, and that they're ready to take on people and make them feel that they're not alone. We should also have pronoun awareness, should be a major thing as well, because even today, people generally don't want to use other people's pronouns, and things like, oh, you're either a man or a woman and that's it, you know. And even today, I just want to make them aware that no, that's not really the case now. It's not really the case now. There's a whole spectrum, and people need to be aware of various pronouns, and also setting up LGBTQ plus safe spaces in and around the college. So that's places where you can go to feel safe, to feel welcomed by other LGBTQ plus members. Anything else, I'll see what I can do. You know, I believe that answers your question.
Brilliant. Diolch, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Y pedwerydd cwestiwn, the fourth question then. Beth yw eich barn ar y gefnogaeth sydd ar gael I fyfyrwyr sydd â sgiliau cyfathrebu? Oh, I believe actually, guys, I've made a mistake and that I need to go back to the third question. Nobody jumped in then to tell me. Third question. I missed that one. Sorry, guys. Right, we're going back to the third question. Beth fyddech chi'n ei wneud I drio sicrhau bod myfyrwyr rhan amser yn teimlo'n fwy o ran yn y coleg? So the third question is, what would you do to make part-time students feel more comfortable and more of a part of the college? So we'll begin with you, Catrin.
Just talking to them, just set them in and all this, and just make sure they're like as comfortable when they start them in the part-time and all this.
Gwych, diolch, Catrin. Thank you, Catrin. And then Matthew?
All right, so part-time students, I'm guessing that because you're only in half the time, that you probably don't feel as people know you as well, that people don't really get to know you as well as you should, as you want to know. So I think I'll tie this into my buddy scheme thing that I mentioned earlier, by also including part-time students as well in this whole buddy scheme, where you're encouraged to talk to part-time students, make them feel like they're welcome, make them feel like just because you're only part-time, it doesn't mean you're not a full-time friend of ours. Yeah, I'll repeat that again for like emphasis. Just because you're a part-time student doesn't mean you're a part-time friend, you're a full-time friend. And I just want to make that clear to everybody, that let them know that you are welcome at the college, even though if you are part-time, it doesn't really matter. The buddy schemes, that will say that to you, hopefully. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, diolch, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. And then the same question to you, Matty. What would you do to make part-time students feel more of a part of the college?
Part-time students, they need help about their health and safety. I can do for you about risk and safety in format. Make a poster about you to be part-time students and full-time too.
Gwych, diolch, Matty. Thank you, Matty. Right, guys, now we're going on to the fourth question. Rwan mae'r pedwerydd cwestiwn. Felly, beth yw eich barn ar y gefnogaeth sydd ar gael I fyfyrwyr sydd â sgiliau cyfathrebu di-eiriau yn y coleg? So the fourth question is, what are your views on support for students with non-verbal communication skills at the college? And if it's okay with you, Matty, are you going to go first?
I try to. Right. The views on the YouTube and Facebook about supported some new skills like listen, speaking to others, and non-verbal communication skills, lots of them, and lots, and we got a YouTube and Facebook, and I've got a Facebook about I talk to you about myself, study group, H&D, lots of things, and I'm born in our Park Hospital, and this is my moment to sign. Okay, this is a part-time students and full-time students. Welcome to our college. About to learn new skills and work placements like jobs. I'm done.
Great. Diolch, Matty. Thank you, Matty. And the same question for you, Matthew.
Okay, so I believe that you don't need a voice in order to be heard. I am absolutely all for support for students' non-verbal communication skills in college. I personally believe you don't need a voice in order to be heard. For example, in the Britain's Got Talent, about a couple of years back, I think there was a guy called Lost Voice Guy. He won absolutely master competition, took everyone else apart, and he had this special machine thing for which he talked, and he just took everyone apart and won the competition. And I think last year as well as a BSL group that came second or first, but it's neither here nor there. The thing is, you don't need a voice or even a sound really to know that you are loved, that you are known. So BSL, for I think BSL and Makaton training, even though like several teachers in my class in my college are BSL and Makaton trained, I believe that most, if not all, teachers should be trained in at least basic BSL and or Makaton. And above this, I think we should also introduce PEX cards as well. Do you know what PEX card is? There's a little cards thing with it. So I'll introduce that as well, because I believe that everyone should have a chance to have a voice and know that that you're loved. Thank you.
Gwych. Diolch, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. A wedyn, a cwestiwn I ti hefyd, Catrin, the same question to you. What are your views on support for students with non-verbal communication skills at the college?
Well, you can sign to them, and so they know what languages and stuff. So if you have someone who can't talk very well, and use like sign language and stuff to help them and stuff, and I think that's probably what's going to help them.
Good, da iawn. Diolch, Catrin. A question olaf, rwan, the last question, guys. Felly, ni llafodd llawer ohonoch chi ddawns diwedd y flwyddyn neu prom ar ddiwedd eich cyfnod yn yr ysgol. Felly, pa fath o ddawns neu prom fyddech chi'n ymgyrchu drosto ac yn ei drefnu ar gyfer y myfyrwyr? So many of Coleg Cambria students probably didn't get a prom at the end of the school year. So what kind of prom would you campaign for or organise for the students, if you would do at all? So Matthew, we'll begin with you.
Okay. So I personally think we should be more inclusive to the autistic community, to the autism and learning difficulties, because proms mostly are loud, they're very noisy. It can, like, people they don't really like, some of them don't really like that and are left out of it. So I would like to introduce a silent disco concept where we all have like wireless headphones, we all wear them, a little bit of a jig and a dance, but it's all connected via Bluetooth. And the silent discos are very autism friendly, as well as not being able to, it's not too loud as well. Yeah, thank you. I'd organise a silent disco to make sure the autistic community is included and also head out, so everyone has a good time as well. Thank you.
That sounds great, Matthew. Diolch. Catrin, the same question for you. Would you organise a prom for fellow students?
Yes, I would. I would make, like, some students might like loud music, and then you might have other students who like quiet music. So what we could do is just split them in two groups and just put them in like one quite calm music, and the rest should be on like if they like loud music, they should go to the loud music kind of thing.
Gwych. Diolch, Catrin. Thank you, Catrin. And then the same question to you, Matty.
Mhm.
Would you organise a prom or a dance for your fellow students?
Yes, I do. Although we got a prom of the end of June, and from my campaign, and I'm been more singing too. There was singing group, dance group, singing group, acting group. No, I don't a lot of shows. No, one I meet a chief scout award, like bronze, silver, gold, diamond, ruby, lot of them. No, also this, but I have lots of things to do. I know having well do everywhere and clean, and I wasn't a king and queen into this one. Thank you.
Great, Matty. You've got a lot of expertise along with dancing. Ready for the prom? Gwych. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Well, thank you to all three of you. I've really enjoyed listening to your answers.
Thank you. It's been nice being here.
Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi gyd am ateb y cwestiynau. I'm now going to give you just a quick opportunity just to finish off. I know with timing, if you could give us 3 points on why students here at Northop should vote for you, okay? So think of 3 points. So Catrin, first of all to you, why should people vote for you?
Because I've helped people with their needs or their stress about things. They're the ones who come to me and they've asked me a lot of questions, what we can do for this college and what we can make it better for the students and stuff like this. So, yeah.
Gwych. Diolch, Catrin. Matthew?
People should vote for me because I have the experience of being a vice president. I have the experience of being all the That's at the conferences. I have experience with conferences. I have experience being a vice president. I have experience with as a people person. There's communication skills. I always like to make sure that everyone feels included. Everyone feels cared about and loved beyond all. And I also think, I don't know what else to think, to be honest, but yeah, I'm really just a people person. Make sure you're heard. And is it alright if I end on I don't know, because I believe that everyone is special and everyone is unique. As Mr. Rogers would say, you make this day a very special day by just your being you. There's no one else in the whole world just like you, and I like you just the way you are. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, diolch Matthew. And then the same for you, Matty. 3 points on why people should vote for you.
3 points. One is your voice is important to be heard. 2, your health and risk, and the 3 is they encourage more work and more job and get your CV done. And at the end of this, I know about Nelson Mandela had a speech, and Martin Luther King is a king about helping about learning disability rights. Wrong is wrong, right is right. Support is support. Freedom is part into your head. Thank you.
Gwych, diolch Matty, thank you Matty. Wel, dwi wir wedi mwynhau y prynhawn hefo chi heddiw. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi gyd am eich amser, a dwi'n meddwl bod myfyrwyr Llaneirgain yn lwcus iawn i gael 3 myfyriwr sydd mor gefnogol ag sydd eisiau gwneud gymaint drosoch chi. So thank you very much to all 3 of you. I've really enjoyed spending the afternoon with you, and I think the Northop students here are very lucky to have all 3 of you. You're very supportive students, and you've got a lot of ideas to bring to the campus. So well done, da iawn chi.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.